Oh yeah. Another certified classic. Young Wars are at it again. You're tuned into the Off-Brand Podcast. Word to your mother.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Off-Brand Podcast, where we talk design, side projects, life, and get a bit off topic with our creative friends. I'm Dave Lydiard, that's Kyle Tillman.
Hello.
And we're joined today by brand and graphic designer Maddie Rawlings.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, Maddie.
Thanks for coming along.
Oh my God, thanks for having me.
We got that intro in one go, which is great.
Yeah, nailed it. Well done.
Yeah.
Second time you're a pro.
Yeah,
thank you.
the first one was a practice,
I'm
right?
Yeah.
cutting the fat and I'm just going solo now.
So does that mean I get the ass?
Yeah, second episode in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bye.
Well, I suppose we should start with what you get up to. You want to give us a bit of an intro into yourself and what you get up to?
Yeah, of course. So I am a graphic designer and I run my own branding studio called The Binding. And yeah, I just work full-time freelance with small businesses, helping them like refine their narrative into a visual identity, which is a brief overview of many other things I do as well. But yeah.
Nice.
That was awesome. That was a really good description.
Yeah, that's very good. You should just annotate that for your LinkedIn.
Yes.
Yeah, now
Sweet.
and you've recorded it, so all you could just hold your phone.
I'll
up
just put
to
a
it.
link to this podcast
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
in my
sweet.
bio.
Done.
And so I suppose, in the theme of the podcast, we like to talk about what you do outside of your work. So there's a fair bit of bleed across, but what kind of things do you get up to when you're not making beautiful brands?
Yeah, I've got many little interests up my sleeve. I just always been a creative and love diving into whatever catches my curiosity at the time. But I love sewing. That takes up a lot of my time. Going to the beach, adventuring out in the wild and getting out in nature. Just hanging out with friends and there's
Cool.
yep.
Nice. And one of your big ones at the moment I've seen is the Essentials Club.
It is, yes.
Give us a bit of an intro into that one.
So that is my blog, which started as like a bit of a passion side project where I have just been sharing a lot of my sewing projects, and then it just kind of seemed to get a bit of interest and people wanted to know how I was making my stuff. So that has evolved into sharing tutorials now of how to make your own clothes and just talking about sustainability and fashion and just having a conscious mindset with your consumerism as well.
Nice.
That's cool. When did you start that?
What year are we in? So I started that late 2017. So
And is it only more recently you've started doing the videos? Or?
yeah, 1 year ago, I posted my first YouTube tutorial. Yeah.
And how did you find that transition of like going on camera from words?
So hectic. Like, it started off as blog posts, and then I just feel like videos translate so much better in a tutorial where you can see each step like really broken down. But getting in front of the camera, having to listen to your voice on repeat while you edit is very intense. But I feel like I'm in a good flow now where I can just like numb that state and be like, okay, I know there's a higher purpose than this rather than me embarrassing myself. So it's good now.
And have you got a trademark intro like the, oh, hey there.
Have you watched Lunatics by Chris Lilly?
Yeah.
You know how he's like, hey, Beckonators. I'm so fearful of becoming that person.
I don't own that. That's so good.
So I don't really have an
You
intro.
know, hey, Mad Dogs.
No.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. At the moment, I just say hello.
Yeah. And you've done how many videos now? Or?
I think there's about 15 up on the channel. Yeah.
That's good effort.
Yeah, but I've taken since we moved in here and we've been renovating, I've been a bit lazy with it. It's hard to find the time, but I'm like in a good rhythm now. So hopefully can keep to a schedule of making like one a week or if not a fortnight.
Damn.
That's the plan.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And how is that sort of translating into, is it more of a passion thing or is that translating into some more work for you or just contacts? Or?
It definitely started off as just a passion project where I had no idea where it would end up or what I would get out of it, but it is becoming like an income now. I have created workshops out of it, so obviously that is like ticketed and people come and join in on that, and I've reached a point with YouTube where it's starting to monetize now, so
awesome.
Obviously that's why I want to keep up the consistency because you get more rewarded the more often you upload, and obviously the more ads and all that, then you can monetize it. So I really want to put the effort into it and see where it goes.
That's cool. And is it like a good community now? Have you got a lot of people involved?
I've it's really nice. Like it's one of those things that I'd get like the loveliest messages from people just like saying how they've always been interested in it, and that it's like what I'm putting out there is inspiring them to get into sewing and be more conscious about where they source their clothes from and all that stuff. So it's been really rewarding, that community that's come along with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was going to say, so do you just shoot it all yourself? Do you just do it with your phone or your...
Yeah, I posted a story the other week of my setup, and it's on my dining table, and I've just had like sheets everywhere to try and like stop the echoiness of it. And I've got like one camera here and then another camera on the table, and me just like running back and forth, pressing record and checking that like I actually recorded one time and the whole sound was like, I mustn't have plugged in the microphone properly.
Right.
And I've just like learnt from them. I'm like double check everything. So it's a lot of chaos, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, that's good. You probably get into the zone and just here we go.
Literally.
Check this. This is on. That's on. Let's do this.
I'm in a good rhythm. But also there's so many variables. Like I used to just like solely rely on natural light. And obviously if there's a week of rain, I can't shoot that week. Or like if there's, I don't know, we've had construction going down the road. Like some days like, sweet, today's the filming day. And then like a truck pulls up out the front. I'm like, not today.
Yeah.
It looks really smooth. Have you got a gimbal or a...
No.
No?
No.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, all freehand.
Well done.
But
congrats on the Apple technology. Like that's self-stabilizing.
yeah, it's a mixture of the phone. I've got a few different cameras, but yeah, I like the rawness of a shaky film if it's walking around. But
Born Identity style.
Yeah.
Let's just do some stunts.
Makes it feel
Some
real.
sewing stunts.
Shows how the quality of the material and the make of the garment if I can do a stunt in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you mostly making clothes or are you doing other bits and pieces as well?
I think like the audience that I've built mainly want to see clothes, but I have made other things as well. Like I've shared a bit of an insight into our renovations and also like some DIYs that come with the home. And then I've got a few things up my sleeve as well that I just want to share, like tips on like, simple sustainable changes and just talking about that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, open to anything within that realm. But I think fashion is the key of that, the Essentials Club.
Cool. Where do you get all your source of your materials and bits and pieces from?
It varies. There's a fabric shop literally called The Fabric Store in Brisbane, and they just have like beautiful linens and they like responsibly source all their materials. So I love getting stuff from them. But also I will go to op shops and find like clothes to upcycle, or there's always like massive piles of sheets or fabrics there as well that I get from. And just, there's like my two main sources. Yeah. But I've been like kind of gathering a pile over the years, and I've been like neglecting it a bit. And I sat down the other day and finally was like, okay, I've got to get through this pile. And I like sketched out all these ideas of things I want to make, and I've like allocated every bit of fabric I have to something. So I'm finally going to use up everything I have, and I can't buy any new fabric for the next 6 months until I get through that. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Even that in itself is sort of practicing what you preach.
Exactly. Yeah. Trying to use up what I already have laying around.
Yeah. You could end up with just a whole room full of recycled
Literally.
fabrics.
It's so, and like you're just like, well, that's a pretty material and I don't have a project for it. But now I'm like, no, you can't buy material and not have a project for it. You've got to have a reason.
Yeah.
Have you always done fashion design? How did you learn it? Did you just start playing or?
In high school, I was lucky enough that there was a textiles and fashion class that I took, and that's how that's how we learnt to sew. And then it's just it's like I've only did that in high school, and then I dabbled in the idea of studying fashion out of school, but it just didn't feel right, so I just kept it as a little side hobby. And it's just kind of evolved, and I just like taught myself things by going through it and learning it, or YouTubing, or
that's whatnot. So cool.
Yeah, nice.
I read recently that it was like a 50 tips to stay calm or to relax yourself. And sewing is like an entry there. Like you just sew, it's really meditative and it's like very focused and everything. It's like,
I find it's actually like, I always say that to people, sewing is my meditation, because you're just so focused and like lost in the moment. You don't care about your phone. You're like, merry.
Except for when it's filming you. And you're like,
I mean, unless you're running back and forth and recording. But no, it's really good. I enjoy it.
And are you going to do you ever see yourself doing like a line of clothes, or are you just making them for yourself?
Yeah, I've thought about this so much, and so many people have like messaged me and been like, hey, like, would you make more of these and sell them? But the reality of that means I would be stuck behind my machine just like pumping out clothes.
True.
And that's not what I want to be doing. I would rather teach people the skills to be able to make it themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't want to add to the growing amount of clothes that are already getting made from, not that I would be like producing fast fashion or anything, but I just feel like, to stick with my message and my values, I'd rather just teach the skills. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And where do you see that going? As you're just going to keep like rolling with it, see what happens, or have you got a plan for it?
I think a bit of both. Like I'm not one to like write down a plan and be like, no, I have to stick to this and this is what I must happen. I'm very open to organic flow of it, but I feel like just, I don't know, having fun with it and sharing what I'm making and sticking to YouTube. Like there's a lot of potential within the YouTube side of it. So yeah, just keep sticking to that schedule and building that and see what evolves from there.
Nice.
That's cool.
So do you see any crossover between the Essential Club and the binding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do they like inspire each other, or are they going to be, I don't know, intertwined somehow?
They balance each other out. Like I love having the tangible outlet, which is obviously sewing, and then graphic design is my very like glued to the screen, but in a way like another creative outlet. And I think, just having the balance of both works really well. And I don't think I could have built the Essentials Club to the point that it is now without having my graphic design skills. Like I built my own website, done my own branding, done like little graphics here and there. And it just has helped so much being able to do that all myself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. But it's, very, like they both inspire me in different ways and get me to think outside the box. And I can translate something that I've like learnt over here to the screen or it's really good.
It is sometimes good to have a break from the one thing consistently. So
I think I'd go insane just doing one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see them, like how do you manage the time between each? Those bindings, the bindings like your job. But Essentials like your passion.
No, it's definitely been a struggle. And one thing that I've learned over the years is that anything that gets left to be like done in your spare time never gets done.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn to like actually schedule in time for the Essentials Club. So the binding is my main focus. It's my job. It's my baby. So that takes up majority of my time. And then pretty much up until the end of last year, I always kind of left the Essentials Club to spare time or like whatever I could fit in. Whereas this year I've actually been like scheduling a day and putting that aside as my dedicated day where I film and edit and do all that. So
and have you seen that? Is that beneficial to like its progress or evolution?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just having, and even just like the mindset as well, like having a clear divided time set aside, knowing that that's coming up and that I can like properly plan out what's coming up. And it's just really helped scheduling stuff in.
Time management, man.
I got to improve on that. Like actually putting aside time for things is just
it's hard. Yeah, and it never it doesn't always go to plan. Like I planned to film a lot of things last week, and then it was like the rainiest week of the year. You couldn't hear me pretty much. So like now I've like got to reschedule everything and
get a backlog.
So
you can plan as much as you want, but sometimes
there's always
things come up, urgent things happen.
Exactly.
Clients email, I need this.
I know, and that's and that's the thing. And then I feel bad, like, because I have a few clients that follow me on the Essentials Club, and like, I'm like, it's my I feel bad, like, knowing that I've got to do work for them, but obviously, they're seeing you.
I'm
like, here's my new YouTube video, and I'm like, I'm doing your work as well, but I have other things.
Like,
I don't know.
That deadline's coming up. Why aren't you working on my stuff?
Exactly. And I'm sure they probably don't care, but like in my mind, I'm always like, I don't. Hello.
You're always conscious of that.
That's true. If they follow you on the Essentials Club, I think they understand that.
Probably
balance.
get it.
Yeah.
But I know what that's like. It's like just in your own mind, it's, I'm doing the wrong thing because I'm doing something
I'm
for
having
myself.
fun. Yeah. It's a battle.
Every other client comes before you. In your brain.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing, hey? Just like making time and not to feel guilty. And even like not doing passion projects, like just going for a walk or a swim or catching up with friends, like not feeling guilty about taking a break. That's one, like, been a big thing that I'm trying to practice more this year.
Yeah.
having that balance and space.
Yeah. I understand everything there.
Yeah.
Balancing, how many hours you got in the day and where they're best spent.
Exactly. And
It's
then we
always
can't,
tricky.
and as creatives, like we can't just keep pouring out. We've got to refill,
Yeah.
which is hard because when there's
exactly.
lots of things piling up, you're like, oh my God, I've got to tick everything off. I'll stay up crazy hours and do this. But that's when you start going insane and not doing your best work.
Seeing shadow people running across the back of the room.
I've had days, even recently, where I've just written this massive to-do list, and I'm like, I'll probably get like halfway through it and then at the end of the day, I'm like, I didn't fucking get it all done. But then if I actually look back at what I did get done, I was like, wow, that's actually a lot of work.
Productive.
But I think I had in my mind that I could get all this stuff done.
I do that all the time. It's almost like setting yourself up for failure with this unachievable list.
Yeah.
And like I actually started last week a done list so I could actually see the stuff that I had done.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and like you look at it and you're like, okay, that was a ridiculous list that I probably never would have got through, but at least look at what I did get done.
Yeah.
And I think it's so hard because I talk to so many creatives and I think we're all like that. We have this like benchmark of how much we think we can get done, but there's so many things like, I know we need to sit down and have a lunch and have a break and just have space. And sometimes a client call might pop up that you didn't encounter. Like I'm such a optimistic planner and I'm like, okay, if my day goes perfect, I can get all of this done. But when does a day ever go perfect? Like,
never.
So that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Are you a writer of your lists, or do you go on the computer and have a list program, or?
I've got like about 3 different types of lists. I'm a bit list obsessed. So I've got, like you can see through in my office, I've got like a calendar where I like sticky note stuff. So I can
that's
like
a good idea.
have a visual of my year.
Another level.
I've only started that this year though, because I think I was always like, yes, I can do that. And just like didn't have like a proper planned out schedule of banked up work. So now I finally have it all spaced out where I can like, no, I actually have this week available and that's when I can start and have those boundaries. And then I've got Trello, which I break up into a day-to-day list. And then I've got another doing done list on Trello.
Right.
Far out, that's very good.
It just, the clarity I get, like just knowing that all I have to do is look at these lists just helps so much for my like mental health. Because I think if I try and store it all up in here or have that notepad that's got like your to-do list sketched across 5 different pages and you don't know where you're up to, like I used to do that and it just used to send me insane.
Yeah. I've got a diary and just a to-do list, like a day-to-day sort of thing. But I've tried so many times for online like lists and everything.
Nothing feels natural.
It doesn't.
You've got to listen to that. Like if it...
And I haven't tried Trello properly. I think I almost need someone to say, all right, this is how I do it. Just like almost like a tutorial as to how to use these things. Because I've just finished up with almost finished with a client and they set up through monday.com. And it's like, these are the different, targets that we need to meet, dates, all that sort of stuff. And even just that, I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
So
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
But then I haven't fucking filled it out. I haven't stuck to the dates. So it just, I get an email every day from Monday. It's almost like I've seen email come through. It's like stress. Yeah. So
it's a balance of
I love the idea, but writing it down feels the most simplest for me now. Yeah.
And you've got like, if that works for you, I think that's the biggest thing I've been.
Well, it doesn't really.
Yeah, it feels okay, but it doesn't work. But
yeah,
I think the thing I love about Post-it notes and Trello is that it is so changeable. The thing I hated about like writing in a diary or on pages is that I don't know, things just constantly change. You'd have to be like scribbling stuff out. And it's so permanent, whereas like it's so transferable if it's just a Trello board or Post-it notes.
It just looks so messy when you scroll something out. Or,
Yeah, so that
not
seems
good for the aesthetic.
No, all about that aesthetic.
And if you're taking a photo of it for Instagram, it just looks terrible.
Mate.
So you're putting your diary up there.
Yes.
Luckily, my vibe is like messy,
chaotic good.
Yeah, that works for me.
And so you mainly work from home, or
yeah. I started out working in a co-working space, and I loved that so much, like having that community and being able to turn to people. But I work from home in my little home office and I love that now. Like I just schedule and work and know when I need to have my own space and get work done and get that done in solitude. And then I will go, like if I know I've got boring admin work, I'll probably go work from a cafe, or there are a few co-working spaces that I like to go to still every now and then. But cool. Majority at home.
Which are the co-working spaces you
frequent? The one I mainly go to is the Corner Palm down in Byron. It's just such a cool vibe. Like I find everyone's just doing really like insanely interesting stuff. No one's pretentious. It's just got a really nice vibe. I haven't actually delved that much into the Gold Coast co-working space, but I went to you did the branding for them, hey, Karma collab.
Yeah.
I went to an event there the other night and that looks really cool. So and like it was a nice vibe and just ticked all of those boxes. So they got a really good vibe. They're very much like about community and not being pretentious and working for good and all that type of thing. So yeah, they're good. Obviously their name's like Karma Pub. So the TDK that I'm hosting might be there. So
scoops. We need a soundboard actually.
Yeah, I know. We need
that
DJ horn. Yeah, for sure. We're going to look that in. Maybe. I don't know. Cool. I'm not actually doing that side of it.
I think I responded to the Facebook event already.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, you got two attendees.
We'll be the fan peeps in the front row.
Yeah. It was a bit last minute. I've wanted to do it for a while, but
yeah. So good.
But yeah, Karma's good.
Yeah.
Hotel Miami's good. That's like right next door.
They're expanding too, aren't they?
They've just pushed back into the back unit. And that's where I had the exhibition the other week. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's one thing I do as well. Like even though I work at home by myself, I go to those type of events. Like whenever I see there's a TDK meetup or there's an art exhibition or just anything happening within the design community, I just try and be there and then mingle and feel a part of it. And
it's like where you get your social aspect to work. Yeah.
And you like the more you go, the more you start seeing the same faces and feel like you're a part of something, and it's nice.
So when you need feedback or just opinion, do you just flick an email or a message off to someone and say, can you check this out? Or
I've definitely got a few people that I've worked with over the years that I know I can turn to for that type of stuff when I get stuck. So I've got plenty of messenger things popping up throughout the day of just like getting my little interaction between fellow designers and whatnot. So
that's cool.
Yeah, good old internet.
That's been the hardest part for me this year, is like not having someone to just turn around or just say, hey, can you check out my screen? It's
so like, true.
And then there's that delay in feedback as well. You like message someone and then it's half an hour and I've got momentum right now.
Yeah, that's true. No, I think I enjoy working my creative process. Yeah, by myself.
Pretty solo.
Yeah. And then when I need help, I'll turn to people. But
between the Essentials Club and the binding, are you much of a sketcher or are you pretty much straight into the computer and just going for it?
I'm always a sketcher. Yeah. I've got my little notepad where I'll like just start writing out like words and themes, and then I'll start sketching visuals that come to mind, and then that's very rough. And then once I feel like I've got a clear path of what is like a common theme or what really strikes me, then I'll go to the screen and start refining it and turning it into an actual logo.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's most of us, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, it's so nice. Sorry.
You can't really, like just that tactile hand, pencil, paper. Like it's so much easier than trying to, even I use Wacom heaps, and even with the Wacom, I don't sketch with that. I've sketched a little bit with iPad, but same sort of thing. It's still not quite the same as just pencil and paper.
Yeah. And I think like the same thing as that like big calendar. Like I love just having the sheet with all your sketches on it. So whenever you're working on it, it's just like this visual guide that you can always turn to.
Yeah.
It's just all there.
Yeah.
And have you got any idea of so with the Essentials Club, mostly fashion at the moment, is that going to evolve into other DIY projects or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've dabbled a bit in the home stuff. It takes a lot more effort, I think, because I don't really have the skills of that. So I always have to bring in Darcy, and I'm like, I'm like the creative director. I'm like, can you make this? And just like stand over his shoulder and make him make things in video. And I'm like, now that looks pretty. So
co-host, co-star.
Yeah, exactly.
A featured entertainer.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm definitely open to it. And I think like as soon as I have an idea for something that I want to make and I know is easy to share or that people will get some value out of, I add it to the list. So I'm not opposed to anything else. But fashion is just the thing that seems to be flowing and a bit more effortless and exciting at the moment. So
are you trying to learn anything else at the moment, or just going with this and seeing where it takes you?
As in like sewing or just anything else?
Just sewing or any other sort of craft or
actually I'm really the whole like since doing YouTube I've been really excited and like interested about video editing. So I really want to level up my game with that. So I've actually signed up to Skillshare or one of those ones. So I really want to do a few little tutorials on how to edit stuff and not use iMovie and move to Adobe Premiere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Use Premiere?
Yeah, Premiere's pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't really, like I've done some basic tutorials just to get me through, and then sort of just figured out the rest, but I'm probably doing it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, it's a good program. It's similar to, it's easy because it's all in the Adobe suite.
And like I think I've seen a lot of people use like Final Effects and that stuff, but then you have to, get a whole new subscription and all that. Is it, or is that a part of?
There's After Effects.
No, sorry, After Effects Final Cut. That's what I was thinking.
Pro,
that one's a whole other system.
That's a whole different thing. I used to use Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
A very, very legal copy of Final Cut Pro.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I remember back at uni just getting like cracked CDs. Oh, this is so dodgy.
Yeah. So,
kids these days will never know.
No.
It's all subscription.
Yeah. So I'm really intrigued about that.
Yeah.
Do you like the animation style or just like the cutting? And,
So I'd love to. I learned a little bit of After Effects when I was studying, but so combining the two of them and just and even just like I love the thought process of like sketching out and mood boarding or storyboarding a whole idea. So you like go into it knowing what you're filming and like how this transition is going to happen, and like you creatively add this little montage of footage here, and just I've been really researching what other YouTubers and like even short films and stuff do, just to make it that little bit more interesting and not just a plain tutorial of me sitting there all the time.
Yeah. You have that star fade, like the big star coming up in the middle.
Man. All those. I'm bringing back word art.
Actually,
is it Ken Burns?
Yes,
Ken Burns.
That actually like as soon as you add a picture in there, it's always auto sets to Ken Burns, and I'm like, I kind of like it, and that's why I love like pleasures. YouTube. There's like a lot of people are really getting into like the corny, like it's well done corny editing, and I'm like, I want to nail it, but like at the moment my corny editing is corny. It's bad. So
it's so funny that corny editing can be done well, but if you stuff it up, it's so bad. It's like corny bad, not corny good.
There's a fine line. Like you can go terribly wrong.
Like even I've seen some people do some really good versions of like old VHS kind of editing. Which looks awesome, but I've seen some real bad ones too.
Yeah. It's very
which are just like, they look like they've just filters and stuff purchased off.
Which they probably
stock.
Are.
It's a fine line.
It is.
And what sort of YouTube accounts are you following, or do you get inspiration from them, or you just go in there to consume and just?
A mixture. There's a couple of people who are like within the fashion DIY area as well, and I just have a look at their stuff, and just out of curiosity and research as well, and generally enjoying what they're making. And then like I go through phases of just like I became obsessed with like Casey Neistat for a while. He's like I just like he's
wild,
so intense, but his editing is just it just keeps you so intrigued. Like it might be the simplest storytelling, but he just edits the video so well that you just like have to stay and watch it. And so just like
you need to like his glasses or his thing. You need to go on with your own thing.
Have some like
tiara
brand. Oh my god. I'll just make one of those like hats you wear at Christmas. There's like things again. Or like the bonbon ones. What was that? Like a fabric one.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Almost like the where the wild things are.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, we had one of those for Levi when he was a baby. He never wore it. It was like knitted, but it was sick. It was awesome.
That's so good.
He just wasn't into it.
And you're going to do more of your home renos on the YouTube channel, or is that sort of just a little temporary thing you just throwing in there for a bit of mix up?
Yeah, I think it was a mixture. Like, I just really wanted to document the process so I can look back and be like, wow, this place has changed so much and this is what it was. And
it's looking so cool.
Oh, thank you. It's
really
been
good.
so much fun and really rewarding. And yeah, I think obviously you need to have a good amount of savings and cash to keep doing it, but that would be cool to be able to, maybe it does become a series when we get a bigger place next time and we can, really document it. Like, this was, the bare bones of this was pretty good. So it was very much just like aesthetically needed to be updated, but I would love to do a renovation down the track where it's like a full transformation. So stay tuned.
That's where most of my grey hair came from.
Yeah.
Renovations, that's rough sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'll be fine.
No,
Don't
yeah.
let that put you off.
And that's what I mean. Like, I 100% know it's not easy, but I enjoy that challenge.
And are you pretty much finished with this one for now, or?
No. So yeah, phase 1 is done where it's like livable, and we like made the walls and the flooring nice and cleaned up a few things, but the kitchen and the bathroom is still original. So yeah, so that needs updating. So I'm sure I'll probably film the progress of that. And it's always just interesting, like, talking about your inspirations and like where you source stuff. Like I know that I had to research so much where I got stuff from. So obviously if it helps other people while they're renovating.
Have you got those resources up online anywhere at the moment?
I've got it all, like, so just under the video bio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I just pretty much linked anything that we used and where we went and whatnot, and just talked through, like the inspirations and like the, I guess the reasoning behind everything, why we did it. And, sometimes it's not all about aesthetic. You've got to have things that function as well. And
Yeah.
So.
Is there anything you're particularly proud of that you're like, smash that?
It's not really the renos, but I'm stoked with the furniture. Like,
Furniture.
And I've been trying to source it all secondhand. So, and when you get complimented on it and be like, that's a one-off, you can't get that anywhere. That's really rewarding, and just knowing that, saved it from probably getting thrown out or.
What are your tips for secondhand furniture? I'm talking some Gumtree or...
or Facebook Marketplace. I was literally obsessed for a while. I think I've had to stop myself from going on there. But the gems you find on there, and I think it's all about just knowing your style and being able to see the potential of something and not being afraid of having to upcycle something. So I guess that could be upcoming tutorials, like flipping stuff. That's always fun. But a lot of effort as well.
Yeah.
I love those shows, like American Pickers.
Yeah,
they're
same.
so good.
Those sorts of things,
It's cool. Just seeing the ideas and what they transform it into when it was.
Yeah.
Just seeing them find, I love it when they come across a bike.
Yeah.
A motorbike or...
A motorbike or
bicycle.
push bike.
Yeah.
They get so excited. There seems to always be one per episode. There's always a bike somewhere.
Yeah.
hidden.
And they're always so knowledgeable. It's like, this is made by
Mr.
was it
Schwinn.
Melbourne Star back in 1930s.
I know.
Blah blah blah. This was the first one of its kind that did this. And I'm like,
I need that knowledge.
I just eat that shit up.
Have you tried upholstery?
No, but that chair, so I've just got a rug over it at the moment. Obviously you can't see it if you're not listening, but
And a dog.
yeah.
Imagine.
It's my grandma's old chair, and I really want to try and upholster it myself, upholster it. The cushions, I've done cushions before, so that's fine, but the whole a bit where you have to rip off and staple it down and make it not look like it's too bunched up, that'd be interesting. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Nice.
Upcoming series.
Yeah.
And are you still doing, sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Zandra?
No. So that was when I was on the Sunshine Coast. I met two people out of the co-working space that I was working out of, and we co-founded Zandra, which was a chatbot agency. And we worked on that for... Hello.
Is your place haunted?
Yeah.
Cool.
We worked on that for 2 years, and that was really cool. I got to go live in the US for a bit, and we partnered with these massive agencies, and essentially what it was translating brand personas into this interactive, what do you even call it? Interactive bot that we would come up with the whole brand message, persona, the storyline, and then code it into this software that we had that you would then interact with on Messenger or Amazon
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's so interesting. It's such a different direction to what you do now.
Yeah, so different. And that was, that was a very evolving like time for me. Like it was just so cool to, like we went to the US and we were meeting with these massive agencies, and it just breaks down these barriers of like, you're like, oh my God, there's this massive agency. There's these like people that are like, you put on this bench like higher than you, and you just like, you meet them, they're like, here's a beer, let's sit down and have a chat. And you're like, whoa.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they're just like normal people. So it really, just like if you just to stop like having those limiting beliefs that you can't reach these people or these benchmarks, or that we were doing these crazy things, and I was like 19 or 20 at the time. So
wow,
that's pretty wild.
Great experience too, even just for interacting with clients and
And you still get over the States semi-regularly.
I went this time last year, but that was just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are the highlights over there? What do you do when you get over there?
There's such a fun vibe. Like, I think, like, we would just be, like, sitting at a cafe working, and someone would come up to you and just be like, what are you doing? Like, how can I help you? Here's my business card. Like, you can just understand why things happen over there, because they have this community where they just want to, I don't know, they're interested and want to help you out. And obviously we do have that here, but we also have a lot of tall poppy syndrome here. And I think coming back from that, it was just very interesting. And just adventuring the landscape, the food and coffee, and just the people. And
do you do any like thrift shop hunting?
Yeah. Last trip was I just scored so many good things. It was so good. But I really want to go back with like an empty suitcase and just fill it up with thrifted stuff. It's so cheap and so good over there.
Yeah, they got like big, just massive warehouses over there. Hey?
Yeah,
they're just full of like. I remember when I worked at Billabong, we'd go to these factories and they just had piles of jeans, piles of Western shirts,
and like cool brands,
piles of jackets. Yeah.
That where you got your Western shirts or cowboy boots from?
I got a couple of Western shirts back in the day,
So
I think I
good.
still got a couple at home.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, these are sick. Like, they're awesome. They're really good. I haven't pulled them out for a while, but they're good. Yeah. I think it might be about time. There's a bit of a Western thing coming back. Yeah,
I'm getting that Western itch again.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, it's just like insane the stuff that you can find over there. And I think because they have so much of it, they're like, whatever. We're just like, meanwhile over here, like it would sell for like, I don't know, over $100, like a pair of jeans that you can get for like $20 or $15 there.
Yeah, and that's
so
why
crazy.
It's what people
totally
start businesses. They do trips over there, just pack it all up, send it back over, and sell it for 5 times the price.
Did you find any like housewares or homewares or?
True. I think mainly we went into just like, clothing, thrift shops, but not like, not thrifted stuff. But that would be cool to go. Actually, just online, you can see like I think because they have so much, I don't know, mid-century history, I feel over there. Like that would be insane to go hunting for that type of stuff. Yeah.
Maybe you could tee up a big YouTube world tour.
Yes.
You go around doing workshops and all that.
Definitely thought about that.
And have you got trips planned for this year or?
We booked New Zealand at the end of the year. So Das, my partner, hasn't been to the snow before. So that's just for fun.
Wow.
Yeah. Going to the snowfields, and I don't know, there's been so many sales that have been coming out lately, and I just want to go everywhere. But mortgage life.
Yeah. That limits you pretty significantly.
Yeah, it's definitely good for budgeting. But hopefully that would be like, I guess one of the goals with the Essentials Club and YouTube and whatnot, being able to somehow string that into collaborations or deals or just opportunities that can help me travel or.
Yeah. So is travel like one of your things that are sort of that fill your cup, or how do you get that balance of work and life and inspiration? And
I love traveling so much. I think it's just, as creatives, or personally, I find it so rewarding and interesting just going somewhere new, meeting new places, seeing new things, just expanding your creativity and I guess your bank of inspiration. So I just, like a part of what we were talking about earlier, I think it's one of those things that doesn't happen in your spare time. You've got to schedule stuff or just leave space for that to happen. So yeah, finally learning to like take weekends off and try and finish at a certain time and plan things with people as well so that you are like locked in. Because I know like you can be like, I'm going to go for a walk at this time this afternoon and I'll get out, and then you're like, oh my God, no, I can sit here and do more work. So I find if I like book a yoga class in or book something in with a person, like that really helps me hold myself accountable to having that balance and getting away from the screen.
And you find once you actually do that and come back, you're like, that was amazing.
Literally.
I'm so stoked that I did that.
And the world didn't end.
Yeah, the world didn't end.
It's so much more productive after as well.
And then afterwards you're like, boom, now I can just smash this down a lot quicker.
I agree. And you come back so much more like just refreshed and inspired and
yeah. I mean, I'm saying this, I never do it.
I know.
You can imagine what it'd be like.
The few times I have done it, man, it's good.
Yes.
So what are those sort of activities you get up to? You said yoga.
Yeah.
Are there other sort of big ones that you go back to regularly?
Yeah, Frankie Radford and a few of us have started a shit surfing club.
Oh,
so you're all more than welcome to come.
I need a level below that, like shit bodyboarder club.
Yeah,
well, not that's below. Sorry, it's not below anything.
You can just come swim or stand on the beach. That's more than fine. Yeah, so that I've like grown up surfing and I just neglect it a lot, and it's just always been pushed to the side. So having this like group and this thing that holds me accountable to going out has been so good. Last week I went out twice, like outside of shit surfing club, so that was really nice. And then like dolphins, and like it's so nice being out there. Like you don't have your phone, you don't have to be you might have to be somewhere, but you pretend like you don't need to be anywhere. And there was like dolphins, the water's so nice. You're like, how good is life? Like how good is taking a break and sipping this in? And then I came back to my desk all salty after the surf and got stuck into work, and it was really nice. So
is there a regular meeting time for the shit surf club or?
Yep, 7 a.m. Wednesday at the alley, and be there.
Cool.
Or be square.
Or be square.
You need to do up some shirts or some suits or something like that.
We've been talking about it. Yeah, we want to have something like that. Bit of merch, bit of fun. Yeah, and then my partner is very into like hiking and getting out into nature, so we're always planning some adventure somewhere to waterfalls or the beach, or I don't know, we just like driving, exploring our local. Like we're so lucky on the southern end of the Goldie, or just Goldie in general, the access we have to the hinterland and northern New South Wales.
Northern New South Wales is amazing.
It's so beautiful. So always try and make the most of where we live and get out and explore.
And do you reckon you'll stay around the coast for a while? Or explore other?
Darcy and I have been talking so much about getting a van. But then we're also like, this place still needs a bit of love before we'd be able to rent it out. So I think, we've got to try and figure out what that looks like moving forward. But I would love to try and give van life and work life a bit of a go while we don't have things holding us back. So that's on the list.
And what would the dog do?
Oh, the dog.
Would he come in or just?
He's pretty compact.
He's fine. He could. So the thing is,
he sleeps a bit too.
He snores so much though, and you think he's compact, but he will take up like a half the bed.
They have that ability.
They do. So I think we would probably leave him with our parents, just because like you can't go to national parks with dogs. And,
True.
Yeah.
And so just
don't leave him in the van.
Exactly. I'd feel really bad. And he loves my parents, like, so I'm totally fine. He probably would be like, who are those people that used to own us? I like these new people that feed me every minute now.
You come back a lot bigger pug.
We have done that many times. We've like gone away for like a week or two and we're like, who is this nugget that we're picking out?
And then you're the bad parents because you got to put him on a diet.
Right. We're walking every day and...
And have you got any other big projects coming up that you want to talk about or can talk about?
I feel like I'm just at a good stream of just like attracting all my dream clients. Like there's not one that really stands out for me.
That's great.
I think, I don't know, I just like, a couple of years ago just really like sat down and figured out who I wanted to work with. And, obviously there's the jobs that you don't love that come through, but I just learned not really to promote them, and you promote the ones you love, and that seems to help attract more of the ones that you love. And I'm in a good role of good work and good people, so I'm excited.
That's great.
I feel like at the moment though, like I'm at the concept phase of a lot of them. So like they'll be like probably in a month's time I'll be like unveiling left, right and center all these fun projects. But yeah. I can't.
Nice.
There's a few that are a bit secret, so you
Top
just
secret.
have to
Cool.
follow the gram and see when it comes out.
I'll be on there.
Refresh it. That notification that gets you like the bells sent to you. Maddie uploaded a new picture.
Yeah. I got one that I'm almost done. I'm so keen to.
Yay. It's
Because
so
it's
cool.
like, because it's just exactly the type of work I
Yay.
want to do. And it's very much me and my style. And yeah, it's sick. It's like a little restaurant in Burleigh.
Yes. So good.
More
We love
scoops.
to-
This is full of it.
Scoop-a-doop, scoop-a-doop.
So good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good when you get those ones and then you can, I had a couple like end of last year, but they like still haven't launched or anything. So I'm like,
I know you're just like waiting.
Just sitting on it.
I know.
We'll push this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely this one project where it's just like, you know, when like the inquiry comes in, you're just like, this is the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one I'm working on now, like I've been talking to this guy for like a year and a half. Yeah. He reached out and said, looking at, rebranding the restaurant or getting a brand. He just opened it and he's just kind of been limping along with something that his friends sort of put together.
Yeah.
And just like the name of the place, like it's like this little Mexican restaurant, the vibe, and I'm just like, fuck, just let me get a hold of this thing.
And it's funny how like it literally just takes over you. You just like, you get all these ideas flowing, you get so excited and you just like feel like really lit up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so exciting when that happens.
So when he contacted me early this year, he's like, yeah, sweet, I've had a great Christmas, I've got some money, let's go. I'm like, fuck yes.
And it's so good when you get people like that are like, appreciate your craft and are willing to pay. Like you might have quoted them, they're like, okay, sweet, I know what to budget for now, and they save up and come back and you're like, I love you, thank you.
It just shows they value it so much.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's good. And it was, to a degree, I had like kind of free reign and like I pushed a couple of things a little bit further, like a bit more edgy, and he's like, fucking love this, more of this.
Oh my God, what a legend.
Yeah, so I'm good. It's good.
Well, I can't wait to see the unveil of that. I'm going to tap notifications for you too.
I'll show you guys after this podcast.
Yes.
Do you see yourself venturing back into that startup mode or of like Xandra, or is that done and you've had that experience and it's...
Yeah, I think there was like a side of it that I loved, that like it pushed me. I grew so much and it is very inspiring being in that startup scene, but it's also, I don't know, just quite toxic as well. I think there's that whole culture of like, this has got to, like, you've got to give up your life and you've got to be unhappy and you've got to be every working hour is dedicated to this.
It's that
and like,
grind.
Yeah, but like, and I get there's a grind and you need to put a lot of hard work into anything, but there's like an unhealthy grind in the startup scene and just like, I don't know, I think, and just like meeting a lot of people that literally are like on their 5th round of getting investors, and it's like, you're not meant to be a startup for life. You are meant to start up and then turn into a business. I think people get too caught up in like chasing investors rather than coming up with an idea that is an actual business and that they want to, like, they believe in.
It comes back to kind of like the Essentials Club. It's like making it sustainable and actually creating something that is worthwhile rather than just shit.
Just
creating
chasing
for startup money.
Yeah, just for the money.
And they just, and like obviously that's such a generalization. Like there's people out there doing amazing things and like that.
No, we're here for the shade. Just throw shade at the industry.
No, I can't. And like businesses generally do need funding, but when you see people that have like gone, I don't know. This is it just gets a bit annoying, and then I don't know. It would have to be something that would have a lot of purpose and that really lit me up, and but I just don't see what that would be at the moment. So
not out of the question, but not on the radar type of thing.
Exactly. I'm not like trying to get back into that scene anytime soon.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, you seem like you've got a nice balance going on. Like, why would you stress yourself out?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just had that whole path. I had to like give up a lot of who I wanted to be and my values, and I don't think you should ever do that. If you
compromise things,
it does, and then you just end up, if you keep saying yes to things that aren't really who you are, which just kind of happened to me. You kind of come to a point where you have a bit of like an identity crisis, or you just feel very lost because you've just said yes to these things that had this like shiny star at the end that wasn't really fulfilling you. And
yeah, you feel like that shiny star will make up for all the compromises you made for your identity, and then it doesn't. You freak out
at all. You've got to be happy and fulfilled within, and then figure out where that takes you.
Yeah. Well put.
Yes.
That's very...
You're very wise for your age, Maddie.
I get told that a lot. I'm an old soul in this 25 or almost 25-year-old.
Almost 25, yeah.
Dating yourself on this podcast.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, fine.
Numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still dumb, and I just turned 38. So
Still dumb.
Whatever.
Still dumb and 38.
that's
A new
that's-
shirt.
Males mature a lot later.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for that wisdom to kick in.
I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah. I reckon we're getting close to time, so I'll finish up
Yeah.
with 5 quick questions.
Okay.
These are like single answer responses.
Okay.
Type of thing. We can go into it if we want, whatever.
Stressful.
So Gold Coast or Sunny Coast?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll throw you in the deep end.
how's that
Yeah.
one?
This is gonna you're gonna put some people off.
Oh, man.
You ready to lose friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Instagram and YouTube subscribe base.
It changes weekly, but at the moment, Gold Coast.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we need to expand on that. I can't just handle saying
You
that.
can expand on that.
Yeah. Gold Coast is just better. That's
Yeah.
why we can expand on that.
Yeah.
Tea, coffee, or tequila shots?
Oh, what about espresso martini with tequila shots?
Okay, cool. That's a good
Boom.
mix. Yeah.
Shit.
All right.
Does that even go? We made it on the weekend actually, and I took my espresso martini in my keep cup.
Okay, that's so like current.
That's
I know,
great.
right?
Beach or a lake? Or bush. Let's go bush as well.
Oh damn. Yeah, the beach. I love it. On a good day.
Yeah.
But actually, even on a rainy day, it's so beautiful and calm. I love the beach.
Okay. Tent or hotel?
Is
You
this
can
like
be fancy.
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
gonna say, is this like a very architecturally designed and beautiful hotel?
All these conditions.
Or is it?
Is it just a
Shitty
general?
thing.
Yeah. I'm like,
Alright.
am I going to the Marriott or am I going to like the Carlisle? Like,
Okay.
Or are you going to like
the
what is it?
backpackers.
What are those Formula One ones?
Formula One.
What
Are
are
they
you
Formula
talking
One?
about?
F1? You know the ones like near the airport that are just
Oh,
like,
like
plastic,
yeah.
plastic cubes.
Like your capsule hotel.
Yeah.
See, there's so many variables.
Yeah, true. Scratch that question.
No, but I'll go hotel if it's a cool one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool hotel, otherwise a
Yeah.
cool tent.
Cool, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can do a 10 anywhere.
Yeah. And final one, ghosts or aliens? What exists?
Aliens for sure.
Truth is out there.
Yeah. It's,
Well,
Stay woke.
we can't be the only ones.
that's true. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Before we wrap up, do you want to just tell people where they can follow you and the Essentials Club and anything else and everything else you're doing?
There's so many handles. So on Instagram, I am at the Essentials Club. And then for the binding, I'm the.binding. And all the links are on those pages if you want to see tutorials on my work or whatnot. So enjoy.
Sweet.
Cool.
Thank you
Easy.
very much.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks
follow
so much
that.
for having me.
No, thanks for coming on. Thanks for finally, after a few false starts, got around to doing it.
We got there.
We got you.
And we'll be back with an episode 3 in like, how many months? 4 months?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yes.
Could be 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
That's true.
Probably
This
not.
is
though.
your-
No, probably not. Let's be honest here.
You can find the podcast on Instagram at offbrandpod, and where we'll keep you up to date on what's happening, upcoming episodes, and anything else that's going on.
Yeah.
You'll find me on Insta at dave.lydiard and Kyle at Kyle Tillman.
Yeah, KIAL. Yeah, let's do that every episode.
Thanks for tuning into the Off Brand Podcast, and we hope to be in your ears again soon.
Bye.
You.
Bye.